We're here together at the 2023 ITOMS Annual Best Practice Sharing Forum conference. We're in Brussels, and we're in day 4. Jack Sherman, Chief Executive of UMS Group and executive sponsor for our role in the ITOMS program. We're here with Victor Diez from from ISA in Colombia. And Victor is head of corporate benchmarking best practices. He's the architect behind their drive to achieve and sustain top quartile performance on a global scale. So Victor, welcome.
Welcome, Jack.
And thanks for agreeing to be on camera with me and talking a little bit about ITOMS, the program. So I'm interested in the perspective from your seat at corporate, where you get to look over all of these subsidiaries and leverage a program like this, not just for the benchmarking, but for the shared learning as an accelerator of development of best practices and a common set of strategies across the portfolio. What can you share with us on that score?
Okay. That's an interesting question, Jack, because it happens as follows. One of the key things in this conference, for example, that I drove was who were the people who were attending this conference. So this year, the people who are coming from the different countries is not a randomly selection. So we help to give the discussion in terms of who should be attending, and that is something key. Because one thing is to come here and see good practices and understand them. Another thing is to sponsor them and implement them. So that's one key thing. So we have mostly people from the managerial area, to understand, and some people in a little lower levels in order to help with implementation, right? The other thing is that the conference give us some how-tos, right? We get to know where we want to go, but sometimes you are not sure whether this path or this path should be okay. And independently of that, a good practice cannot be necessarily a good practice for you, depending on the context. But in many cases, we start seeing the path in similar companies and going in the right direction. So it helps us to choose what would be the right way to go. And that is very, very beneficial in terms of implementation, like being agile and this kind of thing, and getting the benefits, of course, and get the gains out of the process and the improvement. So the conference gives us all those kind of things, and even our own doubts. Before coming here, you get some question marks there, and they say, okay, should we go this, should we go that? And then here, the conversation with other companies, other perspectives, open a huge amount of opportunities for us to improve. That is not only in the terms of the conference. ITOMS as a forum, it gives you the chance to visit other companies and get detailed or more detailed information, and that has been key for us. What are we seeing here, and how all the guys we are having here from the business share with the other heads what kind of things and what kind of good practices they found, and what should be explored or explore things in terms of that, and how we should move forward and implement things. How does it going to drive the improvement of the benefits in our business in terms of efficiency, in terms of sustainability, in terms of new businesses? That is our main driver.
So that's fascinating. One of the key ways that ITOMS gets better each year is that companies go back home and analyze what they have learned and put together new plans and strategies and drive sustainable change. One thing that we would like to develop going forward is a better sense of the different value cases of what companies are getting out of ITOMS and how. Some companies use it to sharpen their focus on R&D. Others use it to identify gaps and set priorities for operational improvement. Some use it to identify partners, other utilities that they should go visit.
Okay. Well, we have been discussing along the week, with my colleagues and trying to look at those things that will be really worth it. And one of the things that we find it really valuable is to share experience in terms of the speed of implementation. So definitely this gives you like a different perspective, and it can either challenge your ideas or your like approach. But at the end of the day, we have been getting some good ideas in terms of being more agile in terms of implementation of things like those, because we have had so many second thoughts in this part, but this is like the last ride. We have to make a decision, we need to go forward, but definitely this conference has been very important for us in that sense. So yeah, it has been really great.
Good. Thank you very much for agreeing to share your perspectives, and I'm looking forward to working with you for the rest of the conference.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Bye.